Well, we've been doing Scarlet Spear for a few days now, and I got most of the arcanes that I actually want. So we're going to do today's sortie, and the first item is a spy mission. So I'm going to take Ivara because I want it to kind of be relaxed. My basic spy build is this. I finally maxed out the Arcane Energize, which helps with other warframes, not so much with Ivara, but you know, it's okay. So I got Rolling Guard just in case with the nullifiers and what have you, just in case one comes up behind me or I somehow get knocked out of my invisibility. Lets me roll and be invisible and be invulnerable for a moment. So we're going to give it a shot. Gas is real crappy right now, but I'm going to go viral with the Baza Prime and gas with the Pox. I'm going to try viral, but I want to just check gas with the Pox and with my Zaw. It's gas and magnetic for this one, for the shields, since it's extra shields for this one. I don't know if I'll kill anything or not, but we'll see what happens. And as normal, I'm doing that on my own and just switching to the Prisma Shade because it's better for spy and invisibility missions as far as I'm concerned. So let's see what happens. We'll do this one as you know I normally do spy missions solo. Augmented enemy shields, I never like that. What's up, family? What's going on? I saw that you called the other day, man. Sorry I missed it. I had a lot going on. But we'll talk later, brother. Thanks for showing up. All right. Skip that.
Tenno, I need you to get inside enemy data vaults and retrieve crucial intelligence data.
Straight down that hallway.
These corpus remind me of the Oracle. Selfish, greedy.
It's not horrible. Yes, it's not horrible.
Tenno, be on the lookout for increased security measures.
This way. Let's go. Yeah, you're right. It's been catch up on all the arcanes that I did previously. I had maxed out, and they changed it to, you know, in order for you to max it out, it had, instead of it being level 3, it's level 5. Yeah, gas is crappy anymore. Should have switched to viral. That's the Baza Prime. that. Let's see. Oh, it's that way. Okay. Let's see.
Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone.
I'm not there in the hallway. Okay, we're good. All out here. No, the new one is
Nobody knows you're
Titania. Let's get to B. What do you mean original?
You're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying the data.
Normally I'd... Right. It's Titania Prime. So normally, if I didn't have that infiltrate mod on, I'd have to dance around this. I have Scarlet Spear is an event. It's not a warframe.
Excellent work. A clean extraction with no alarms.
So the last one is up that way. It's Ivara Prime.
The target
That's
console
who I
is
have right
nearby.
now.
If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
This one's cool.
Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone. Everything we came for. Get to extraction.
Let's get out of here. Let's roll out of here. All right. Not horrible. All right, so the next one is mobile defense, but it's secondary only. So, you know what I'll do. Yes, that was Ilara Prime. It's got a whole lot more, it's got better stats. Alright, so secondary only. Let's go with this. And viral, I guess.
Please return covered in blood.
Yeah, viral and radiation. Radiation doesn't do what it used to do. It affects their accuracy. No, it doesn't affect the accuracy. That's blast. So radiation just lets them take more damage if you have them mind controlled. So if you use like Loki's irradiating disarm or Nyx, the chaos, then those enemies will take more damage. So radiation, other than Eidolons, doesn't really do the damage it used to anymore. It's not as good. So the last one's an assassination. It's a level 100 Raptor. So I'm just going to put that on now. Let's see. Could go with the best name. Or let's go with that because the Raptor is weak to corrosive and it already has built-in magnetic, so it'll damage the other enemies. And I'm going to be using mags, polarize, and her secondary and her second ability a lot. So switch this back now. Yeah, right here. And so if we're just using secondary only, I'm gonna go with Mesa. Yeah, that'll be good, man. Alright, I'm going to, my Mesa is pretty much, I don't think I could get it any better than the way I have it. I just don't, oh wait, viral, no, gas, Alright, it's going to be better than corrosive. But my Mesa Prime is pretty nice. Normally, if it's like one weapon or another, I'll bring Excalibur, Umbra, or Baruch, or even Wukong, somebody that can switch to different weapons. This will work though. This will work.
Operator, I thought you walked in.
Yeah, my mesa's pretty good. I tried using all of them in the Scarlet Spear event, different warframes, and some of them work better than others. But if you know what you're doing and you got a pretty strong railjack, there's ground missions you can do too. And you can use some of the same ones, but like Titania, you can use that to fight the Chondrix, which is like the kind of ground Eidolon. But she's not that good. Not that good anywhere else though. Now you're gonna get moving there, buddy, because
Still working
AFK.
On it. Continue to defend.
He goes down. He just goes down. Let's get to where I gotta get to. Yep, he's down. Better not run back in, you know. Oh, he's polarized, so.
Terminal spotted. Load me and prepare to defend. Take a moment. Still working on it. Continue to defend.
So that guy's still down and he's still dead. He better not revive beforehand. I'll have to send a crazy message to it. Another guy did that a couple of days ago.
Terminal hacked. Keep moving.
Come on!
Location reached. Drop me in. Defend our position. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. Looks like heavy activity ahead. working on it. Continue to defend. The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission complete.
So the last one is assassination. So I picked my gun in advance. Raptor is weak to corrosive, but I have corrosive and magnetic, which is a weird combination because the Batticore has an innate magnetic damage. So
because you're a friend, I'm going to offer you something special.
So let's grab mag. Don't hit it ahead of time. If you hit it, I'm out. So let's see what we got. That's Mesa's not. If I knew this guy, I would tell him that Mesa's not a good guy because the Peacemaker does not work on bosses for the most part. So now the 3 as far as damage reduction and the 2 as far as increasing damage output helps, but you can use better. Drop some ammo.
The new Raptor production facility appears to be entirely underground. A crashed bridge on the surface has been masking its location. I fear they have developed even more deadly Raptor prototypes here. This may be difficult. The production facility is entirely automated. There is no way in without your warframe being torn out of the surface. You'll have to figure out how to destroy it from the planet. We cannot risk the Corpus developing more advanced robotics. If the Corpus are built by Raptors, it's imperative we destroy the prototypes and their means of production.
Let's go. That's not smart.
Looks like heavy activity ahead. Stop. Stay alive and finish the mission. Take out the rest of the conveyors.
There we go.
bringing massive internal damage to their facility. Up. The factory is in ruins. You've done a blow to this war machine today. Your landing craft is in position.
That was very fast.
Down.
All right.
Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno.
Endo. Okay. Didn't need it, but it's whatever. Not horrific. It's not terrible. Not great. Not terrible. Okay, so maybe, excuse me, maybe I will use I'll use mag again. Or not. We'll see. I need to check and see also which. There's only a couple of arcanes left that I want. Let's see which ones actually I want. What was on this? Alright, we gotta wait for this to. There we go. Come on. Okay, energize. Aegis is what I needed more of. I need one more of those, so, and then 6 at the left, so 7 total. Ooh, that's 4,000. Alright, Arachne I don't care much about. I don't really care about agility. Avenger. I need 2 more. Eruption, maybe. We'll see. If it gets toward the end of it, I may get it. Grace, I need one of those. So that or Aegis. And precision, that's the other one I want. So 5 of those. precision. Ooh, let's go precision. So precision, I need what? Nah, not what I want. Precision, I need 5. Do I want? Mm. 2,000, huh? So I can get 5. Alright, well let's check this. And make sure I'm topped off. I am. Well, let's go. See what's left.
Hey dreamers, we are up and ready to party.
Orders received. Crew, pilot to marked location. Deploy uplink satellite. Defend uplink satellite.
Let's go.
Crew, splinters on collision vector. Satellite in broadcast range. Connection established. It safe. Away team. Board Murex. Deploy uplinks strategically. We need that thing brain dead. Ateno has exited the railjack. Cognitive nexus identified. Deploy your uplink. Uplink deployed. Third side connection established. Little duck. Transmit kill codes. Kill code insertion has resulted in Murex cognitive degradation. Continued applications will result in Murex retreating. Cognition is becoming highly erratic. Excellent. Continue. Cognition almost 100% garbage. That thing is about to run. Dropping Tenno out of airlock.
Why?
It is running. Pulling you out. The crew, the enemy is aboard. They will adapt. Onboard threats eliminated. Splinters targeting the railjack. Prepare to be boarded. We are boarded. Eliminate sentient threat. Vary attacks, lest they adapt. Tenno deployed. Sentient life forms no longer detected.
Listen, if you're ever doing this mission, don't leave when the ship gets boarded. That's just dumb. It's dumb. If there's enemies there, if the ship for some reason, let's say when it gets to level 100 and whatever, you wind up going down. Well, it's going to be a problem. You're out by yourself. It's going to be a problem.
Kill codes are working. The thing's link home is gonna fall apart like a wet cake.
Found Tenno. Today we correct 2 Orokin mistakes.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
I need to just put together my own teams. I don't like random people. It's very rare. Every once in a while you'll get somebody that's, knows what they're doing or whatever, but for the most part it's just an assortment of people that don't know what they're doing and won't ask. If I don't know, I'll ask, hey, how do you do whatever it is? Or what's the goal? What are we trying to do? But you got guys just doing what they want to do. It's nuts. It's nuts. Stop touching stuff. Leave the squad. Stop touching stuff. All right. Did I get anything for it? No. Not really. Nope. Alright, well what I'm going to do, since there's 24 days left in this, I'm going to get on my kids' account and do a little farming for some of the things that they need. And I'll probably come back. I probably will, but it's really... I need for them to do something to bring, not to complain, because if you've been playing this less than 2 years, there's a never-ending supply of things for you to do. But I've been playing this since 2013. I've got everything that I want. I've done everything that there is to do, and I need some of the people that have stopped playing to actually be able to come back, because what winds up happening is you got a whole bunch of new people that don't like to listen. The guys that, if I tell you, don't take, let me show you. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. If I say don't take, where is it? Frost, and put your snow globes over doorways. Don't do that. And they think, well, it's slowing them down. But what you're doing, when you got enemies that are level, let's say 60. 60 is still low for me. But let's say they're level 60, and it's like bombards or whatever. You're putting these snow globes up, and you can't shoot through snow globes while standing on the outside. But if an enemy's inside, they can shoot out of it. So yes, they may be shooting slower, but they're shooting unencumbered. Unless you go into the actual snow globe, you can't hurt them. So you don't put snow globes over doorways. You don't put snow globes over doorways. You don't put snow globes over doorways. You don't do it. Because all you're doing is whatever you do, even on lower level stuff, even if it's like rescues or spies and it's low level, like say you're doing it for an event, or you're doing it for your syndicates or whatever, you still do it as if it was level 175, 200. You know, you don't rush in through the front. You find the stealthier ways to play it, because when you're used to just run, I'm just going to run in here and stand there and take damage and just go ahead and hack the terminal to whatever the end, your end result is that you're trying to accomplish. You're just setting yourself up to just die. I mean, I can tell you almost every sortie, on the very first one, there's always somebody that will wind up leaving the mission after that first one. If they don't die and just stay dead the whole mission, there's usually somebody that, yeah, I'm not running with these guys. And most of the time we don't even say anything. But like if it's a mobile defense and you're not even, and you die because you're not even on the same floor as we are. You know, there's a lot of hallway heroes. They just want to run rampant through because they think it's like low-level syndicate missions or Earth missions. You can't do it. You can do it to a certain extent, and if you've kind of kitted your warframes out and you got the mods that you want, and you got a decent build, then it's okay. You know, you can survive high-level enemies or higher-level enemies, but this game still takes a certain amount of, I'm not even going to say intelligence, because that could be misconstrued. It takes a certain amount of sense to play it. Like you have to, okay, I can't do this because if I do X, then Y will happen. And that may not be what you want to have happen. Let's see, who else do people do? I've seen a lot of these warframes being used, and nobody uses their powers. So I don't understand that you're just playing futuristic Call of Duty. If all you're doing is using the weapons, you're doing it wrong. I've seen, that's really the only one that can kind of troll you, other than, like, you can, if you're a piece of crap, and I'm being delicate, and you put limbo cataclysms and people are trying to hack terminals and things like that, and you're just a troll, and we can find a way to do something to you. You know, if you're in the void, I mean, I hate to say it. No, I don't hate to say it, but I hate to do it. I hate when somebody is so aggravating on purpose that I have to get myself irradiated by the death globes that irradiate you in the void, and I've had to kill my own teammates. It's like, dude, you're making this way too hard for us. Making it way too hard for us. So I don't like to really do that anymore. But the people that are newer don't even know that it's one thing if you know it. If you know that you're making it hard for everybody else, and then you do or exhibit whatever that behavior is, that's a troll. But if you're doing something in the wrong, and you don't know you are. You just said, well, that's how I want to play it. That's fine. Then you should play solo, because this is still a co-op game, and your bottom line is not to make it harder for your teammates. It's not to make it harder for them. So, or Loki's switch teleporting people, or people at extraction or at certain points taking Nova Prime and making all these wormholes, so people kind of get caught in a loop of wormholes. There's a lot of those guys in here now, and there's not a lot of the guys that used to do like the raids, which to be fair, the raids were before some of these weapons that can do damage to higher level, because the raids started out at around level 100, but that was something, you know, people just really didn't have the weaponry to fight them like that. You know, it was very crowd control oriented game then, and even if you were doing a long distance run or something, like Vauban was used a lot to be able to group them up into clumps, or to put them up in the Bastille to be able to shoot. It was much more crowd control oriented. Nyx was used way more often. So it's just like, this is actually okay, but I don't think they should cut it off like when it says, let's see, like when the wave expires. Now it's restarted, but when the wave expires, it shouldn't end whatever mission you're in. It shouldn't end your mission in space. It should say, I don't know, this is the last one or whatever, but it shouldn't just cut it off like that. And if it's not your ship, you shouldn't be able to go to navigation and exit it. It's not. You should be able to leave and not lose whatever progress. Let's say it's the end of a mission, and you've gone through 3 of those Murex and gotten rid of them. You can still do a couple more to get a higher score, but let's say you just wanted to do 3. You should be able to leave if you want. But you shouldn't be able to have everybody have to come back to this Scarlet Spear flotilla. You shouldn't, if it's not your ship, you shouldn't be able to dictate whether somebody else leaves in that ship. So I'm going to switch back to Mesa, actually, and I'm going to or should I go back with Mag? I'm going to get something to eat, and I'm going to step away for a little while, and because it's frustrating, you know. I've got kind of a set group of people that I play with, and they know how to do certain things. Doesn't even mean that they're all mastery rank 28, because your mastery rank just means you ranked a lot of stuff up. Doesn't mean you know what you're doing. Doesn't mean that you're any good at it. What it does mean is that you should at least have everything. Whether or not you ranked everything up or not, that's your business. But if you look at my mag, if I say, okay, this is the build I have, it's everybody's not going to have the mag I have. And not that I have things, sometimes it's mods that you have and somebody else doesn't have, but as you can see, I got 4 forma. Look up here in the upper right area. I got 4 forma in this mag. Right? 4 in Mesa, 5 in Mirage Prime, 8 in Night. Realistically, it's 7. Because maybe even 6. Because what I did was I changed an actual polarity, and then I changed the aura polarity, and then, you know, I fooled around with it. All right, 6 for Nasia. I did a couple, like, this is actually, it's not 9 forma, it's more like 7, because changing the aura or just little playing around with it, it's 7 or 8. It's not actually 9, but it's still considerable. 5 for Nova Prime. It's actually, well, these are 2 different ones that I made for 2 different reasons. Oh, excuse me. Octavia's got 4. Like, as you can see, there's not a lot of them that I don't have a good amount of forma in. Because if I'm going to use it, I need to, they have to be able to perform at peak efficiency. The weapons as well. 7 for the Attica, and I don't even use it like that. 2 for the Bazimu, and technically I would say that that's just once. It says 2, but it only comes with 1 polarity. I'm glad it's not like some of the Corpus Tech stuff and come with no polarities. But as you can see, I mean, I got 6. Just got the Corinth Prime because it has extra polarity. I didn't have to put as much as I put in the standard core. But you get the idea. So I'm going to take a brief break, and I'll probably be back a little later. Oh, excuse me. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll speak to you later. All right. Bye-bye.